It is drank in every latitude, at any time of year, and by vast portions of the population. In summary, there is no drink more valued anywhere in the globe than coffee. Various types of coffee are grown and tasted in every part of the world, not only to start the day in the best possible way, but also for the social function of the coffee itself, a ritual that brings people together and, in the case of suspended coffee, also gives a happy moment to those who need it. Let's face it, we're very Taliban in Italy. A cappuccino after 12 is unthinkable, and the varieties of any Starbucks make espresso aficionados shudder. However, the world of coffee is considerably larger than what occurs on our peninsula. So I created a series of visuals to illustrate how people throughout the globe drink coffee, how coffee came in Europe, and what Mozart has to do with the oldest coffee shop. Let's have a look at them, split by country. Italy. Standing. Unlike the rest of the world, Italian pubs were not built for people to spend hours socializing. In fact, it is customary to drink coffee while standing at the counter. Italy has more bars per capita than any other nation on the planet. There are 100,000 enterprises for our 65,000 neighbors. Some people like it spicy. Yes, but not too much. Italians like their coffee to be provided at the proper temperature so that they may consume it fast instead of savoring it if required. Spain. Coffee is part of the classic Spanish breakfast, as well as the Italian breakfast, although it is regarded as the least significant meal of the day, consisting of, in reality, coffee and a piece of bread, at most with some olive oil and tomato. One of the two options. With Spain, the two most common coffee mixes are natural and mixed, with the latter having 20 to 30% pure beans coated in a fine sugar powder before roasting. United States. There are rules and exceptions. Coffee consumption in the United States is around 3.1 cups per day. However, Seattle has 10 times the number of bars per person as the rest of the nation. Coffee is consumed by 103 million Americans every day, accounting for almost one-third of the population. Tea was formerly more popular than coffee, owing to historical events that led to the country's independence from England. The introduction of the Tea Act in 1773, which increased taxes on tea, resulted in a shift in preferences, as well as the Boston Tea Party. Germany. Germany is the world's second-largest coffee importer, behind the United States. At the birthplace of espresso. The country's first cafe opened in the far north, in the harbor city of Hamburg, but it did not appear in Berlin until 1721. To add to it, the German botanist Leonhard Rauwolf made the first European reference to coffee in 1573. Austria. In 1683, the first Austrian cafe opened in Vienna to commemorate the conclusion of the siege that heralded the triumph over the Turks. That coffee was made from the exact beans that the Turks had lost during their retreat. Musical accompaniment is provided. The Frauenhuber Café is one of the oldest in Vienna, having opened in 1824. Previously, the building was a famous restaurant where Austrian nobility dined while listening to musicians such as Beethoven and Mozart play. Greece and Cyprus. Aside from one apple a day. Some academics believe that the Greek island of Ikarea's high life expectancy is due to the custom of consuming a cup of coffee every day. Sweden. Due to the lengthy paternity leave mandated by Swedish law, it is usual to see fathers having a fika with their children at city konditorier or pastry shops. As a result, the subjects of these family photographs are dubbed latte papas. Suggestion has great power. Coffee came in Sweden through the port of Gothenburg in 1685, and by the late 19th century it was quite popular with individuals who were abstaining from alcohol. Coffee was seen as a replacement for vodka by them. Ireland. Not born in the USA. The first Irish coffee was created in the United States at the Buena Vista Cafe in San Francisco, and it was usually offered on special occasions. Thanks to travel writer Stanton Della Plane, who found the drink at Shannon Airport in Ireland, and determined to make it known in the United States. Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia. Imitations. The Malay kopi susu simply means coffee with milk and is quite similar to the Valencian café bombon. It is believed that the Iberian variation is just a copy of the original Southeast Asian recipe. Turkey. Turkish coffee is made in a ibrik, which is a tiny pan. Previously, Turkish law allowed women to divorce if their husbands forgot or refused to offer their wives coffee. Denmark. Nordic enthusiasts. 70% of the Danish adult population consumes 3 or 4 cups of coffee each day, using both a standard coffee maker and the Stempelkande, a French pressure cooker that is the second most popular means of consuming coffee in Denmark. It's all about karma. Many Danes consider coffee to be an important component of improving their hygge at work. What exactly is hygge? It is a difficult word to translate, but it means intimate and fun at the same time. India. Coffee's proliferation in India may be traced back to Baba Budan in the 17th century, during the holy man's trip to Mecca. According to folklore, the holy man smuggled 7 grains from Yemen's port of Mocha. France. We've all heard of the courtesy discount provided by certain establishments. A coffee costs €2, a coffee, please costs 1.50, and good morning, please make me a coffee, only €1. On the Côte d'Azur, Nomen Omen, a bar follows the same logic, starting at €1.40 and rising to €7. Senegal. Tauba coffee is named for the historic Senegalese city of the same name, and some believe it is a daily medication that aids in prayer recitation. Mexico. Coffee is one of Mexico's most exported goods, and it is also the world's largest producer of organic coffee. Cuba. Humanity's heritage. The coffee plantation in the Sierra Maestra Mountains in the south of the island has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. After all, that coffee is cultivated without the use of synthetic fertilizers. Hong Kong. The Hong Kong impact. Yuanyang, which may be consumed hot or cold, has grown so popular that Starbucks outlets in Hong Kong and Macau have been offering their own version since 2010. Norway. Traditionally consumed by northern Scandinavian peasants, karsk is made by putting a penny on the bottom of the cup. After that, coffee is poured until the coin vanishes, and then liqueur is added till the coin reappears. Please fill me up. Statoilkappen is a Norwegian phenomena in which customers purchase water bottles at Statoil stations in exchange for free coffee all year at any Statoil location in Norway. Australia and New Zealand. coffee shops were prohibited from Melbourne streets in the 1920s owing to their strong association with crime. In the 1930s, the first espresso machine came in Melbourne, and the first coffee shop debuted in 1954 in St Kilda. From then, the culture of coffee was imported by Italian and Greek immigrants, who utilized bars as gathering places and were often connected with crime. Finland. Finns consume more coffee than any other nation in the planet. Each of them eats roughly 10 kilograms per capita every year on average. Despite this, the Finnish coffee roaster is regarded as the lightest in the world. It has its own logic, after all. Be wary of forgeries. During World War II, coffee replacements such as rye, barley, Swedish yellow turnip, peas, and dandelion roots were introduced to Finland. On the other hand, the amount of coffee was cut in half. Thailand. The monarch warmly welcomed northern Thai peasants to cultivate coffee in the 1970s, since it was first thought to be a replacement for opium. Vietnam. Perhaps not everyone is aware of this. After Brazil, Vietnam is the world's second biggest coffee producer.